Heh.
What is up, YouTube land? It's your Ubisoft boys. Yo, you ever hear that company? I bet they're going places.
There was a time when I used to like Ubisoft, and I liked this game. I actually love this game, but Ubisoft nowadays is a shell of their former self.
Rayman, Prince of Persia, other series.
Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell,
the original trilogy, really good.
Yep.
In terms of the big publishers, they were actually,
if you don't count Nintendo and Sony, probably the best.
I actually used to like Activision, EA, and Ubisoft around the same time. Because like Activision was making the Tony Hawk games, and the early ones were good.
Well, I mean,
EA wasn't like awful. Like Burnout, like 3 and like Revenge are great, and other games, I don't know. But then they all transformed during the 7th generation, and they all became awful.
It was easy to be a good company during the PS2 era when every game was damn good. Yeah, let's go!
So, we're doing the PC port. I have a widescreen mod on. This is during the dark ages when PC ports were really bad. In fact, I can't even do everything with controller. I have to have a keyboard and mouse next to me because I can't, like, do any menus with the controller for some reason.
That's so based.
But we're doing this because it looks nicer, and I don't want to deal with an original Xbox and stuff. Okay, we're going to get started. This game is good.
I can't wait till he dies, and then the prince says, "No, that's not how it happened."
Hello.
Uh-oh.
That's interesting.
Do you have to use Wasad?
I literally just tested this like 2 seconds
Are you serious?
Oh, I gotta do everything again.
No,
right, I'm just gonna...
Do you wish me to leave before finishing
I'm gonna load the Quidgy profile, and hopefully it's just good. Change.
Quidgy. This is a really cool start where it's just him standing there and all of a sudden you're playing. Kino, even.
This game has a lot of... Okay, there we go. Goodbye, Judd. Hello, Quidgy.
Quidgy!
This game, unfortunately, does not have subtitles.
Quidgy-bo.
Most people think time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction. But I have seen the face of time, and I can tell you, they are wrong. Time is an ocean in a storm. You may wonder who I am and why I say this. Sit down, and I will tell you a tale like none that you have ever heard. Know first, I am the son of Shahraman, a mighty king of Persia. On our way to Azad, in a small company of men, we passed through India. Where the promise of honor and glory tempted my
Most
father to a grievous
good
end.
man in existence.
Most good man in, I want to say ancient, in whatever times this would be counted as.
Ancient Persia? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure what time period this takes place, actually.
Imagine like something like 500 AD, but I have no idea.
I trust you. Remember.
The Iron Age, I guess.
I guess they do have stuff like that. So I guess it would be like 15th century.
You know what? We're figuring it out right now.
Look it up. You know, one thing that I never really realized about these games until I was playing it, the prince doesn't have a name, he's just the prince.
Yes.
Also, the voice actor of the prince really reminded me of something. I was like, who the crap is that? And I was so confused about being like, how do I know who this guy
I
is?
felt regret as I gazed upon the destruction we had brought.
Because I don't play like Western games at all.
Humility at the speed at which a world
Say who it was again? Sorry.
I didn't say who it was yet.
Oh, okay.
His name is Yuri Lowenthal. He's done a lot of dubs for games and anime. His biggest role actually happened just recently. He was Peter Parker in the Insomniac Spider-Man games. But he's done a lot of anime games. Like, he was a protagonist in Persona 3. He's like Sasuke in Naruto. He was Yosuke in Persona 4. That's definitely probably where I recognized him the most. And I was like, that's interesting.
Oh, by the way, this takes place in the 800s.
Okay.
So we were, kind of close. Kind of close.
So this game is obviously a prototype Assassin's Creed, but without all the garbage that makes Assassin's Creed suck. I love how this game feels.
Well, already it's like you're playing it, but it also is very, what's the word? Very cinematic, but it's not like hand-holdy.
Yeah.
Like, and we're only 30 seconds in.
So I got this part ready like a week ago, and then we didn't do LPs for a while, so hopefully I remember. And there we go.
That's the key in this game, is to jump over them and hit them.
That is literally the key to all of this. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Jar Jar is the key to all this.
Oh,
So epic!
they don't do that often. Just
I know,
the first couple times that you did it.
That enemy just... oh my god.
So enemies, so I would say the biggest flaw with this game is that there is too much combat. And there's kind of like 3 camps of enemies. There's enemies that instantly die to that move, which is a lot of the enemies. There's enemies that block it, but die to this move. Let me try to do it. They die to that move, and then the third camp of enemies is that they don't die to either, and that's the entire game.
Many men
Those are the only 2 moves that
honor
matter.
and glory on the battlefield, that their king might say to them, as Khosrow said to Rustam, "You are the noblest of my warriors." From the
Well, this
moment
guy
my
was
sword
just
tasted blood,
Spider-Man.
I knew this
or
would
Peter
not
Parker.
be my way.
He has to be like
I would win my father's
45
praise,
years old or
He's
something.
pretty old now.
Yeah.
but by being the first to find the Maharaja's treasure vault and the wonders within.
He was born in 1971, so he's 54.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, this game came out in like 03, so...
But he's been he's been in the career for so long.
I would really be curious. The one thing that's like kind of lame but kind of cool about sports is like nothing's a secret in terms of like salaries. So if a player sucks, you can just be like, well, they're not worth their salary. You know what I mean? And I bring that up with video games, that there's certain times where I wonder like what certain people got paid for stuff, like certain voice actors on like Japanese games, like they cannot, like some random like NIS America game, I'm like,
It has to be.
What do they get paid?
Yeah, it has to be a role where they're getting paid like low thousands of dollars. Like it's probably enough for them to like make the trip and dedicate the time. It's enough to pay rent, but like it's probably not much.
My biggest...
That's why like these like low budget dub actors usually do like 20 like shows and games in 1 year.
Right. My biggest one I want to know is the live actors that were used in the original Resident Evil. I'm like, how much did they get paid? I don't know if anyone knows this, but the people they use for not the voice actors in the game are different from the people in the live action part in the beginning. And the live action part in the beginning was filmed in Japan, even though there's, as far as I can tell, no Japanese people. All the people are obviously not Asian. So I'm like curious, like how much could they possibly have gotten paid for that like 5-minute scene on a game that did not have a big budget? And the crazy part is like they became like really like kind of infamous / famous for it. So yeah, just stuff like that. I'm always like, man, I wish we knew. In fact, sports, the weird thing about sports is it's the only thing where like they have to tell you exactly how much people are getting paid because there's like a salary cap, you know? Whereas like even like in like movies, you can be like, oh, this movie cost $200 million, and then you find out
from here the next time we're interrupted.
You find out that with Hollywood accounting,
I'll start the story
it's
from here next time.
like fake, you know what I mean? Like it costs way more than that. So they really do not have to tell the truth about that, which is really interesting.
Come on, game.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. The first time you do something, it shows it in slow motion to show you like, hey, this is what's happening. Also, I noticed that there's like literally no on-screen prompts.
There
Like
it lay,
ever.
Oh, I have all the tutorials.
Oh, okay.
There's
okay.
a lot of tutorials if you haven't.
There was a treasure I could.
Got it. I was like, man, talk about a not hand-holdy game.
I could only get there.
By the way, the prince's movement is my movement in real life.
10-foot wall, runs up it.
Like this?
Yeah. I got it. What you call it? I don't know if people know this or remember this, but Ubisoft was making a Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake.
Oh yeah,
and it was supposed to come out in 2020, and then it didn't because 2020 valid, and then it just eventually just got like what's the word I'm looking for? Like shadow, like canceled. It was interesting. It was actually, it got so far that it was listed on our distributor's website. I know because I had it pre-ordered for the longest time.
They had the box arts up on like Amazon stuff too.
So it wasn't like, as an example, like Scalebound or like Perfect Dark, whatever the new one is. Like, yeah, they were like, we're making it, but they weren't like, oh, it has a release date, it has a box art. They're just like, we're working on Perfect Dark. And then they cancel it and you're like, well, that sucks, but at least it wasn't like coming out in April. Like, Prince of Persia had a release date, which it's like, okay, you have to be 80% done with the game. Then what the hell happened? You know?
Yeah, I know that was made by it was being done in-house in Ubisoft, but it was like Ubisoft like India or something. So probably the work that they did was just unsalvageable. And like making a $40 remake, like once you put that many like hours and assets into it, it just becomes to the point where it's like, do we salvage this or we just cancel it?
I can understand getting to that point with stuff, but like, also are the heads of these companies, as an example, the heads of Ubisoft, like so hands off that like, I feel like I would take Nintendo's route and like every like 3 months, like schedule a meeting where I'm like, show me what you have. I need to play this, or I need to see a video of it, or whatever. Like, because I heard Nintendo's pretty infamous for doing that in a good way. That they'll, go to companies and be like, "Show me what's going on, or else we're going to consider canceling this, or whatever."
The dagger of time. Yeah, the unfortunate thing about when companies get as big as like Ubisoft or EA or Activision is that it's just it's very hard to keep track of like everything, and you have so many development teams, you have so many like middle management people, and cracks like that can form.
I know they're not talking about their like biggest franchise, obviously. That'd be Assassin's Creed, but I still feel like every like 3 to 6 months it would be like, hey, send one of the upper echelon guys to check it out. And like, I don't know, if I walked in and was like, wow, who's in charge here? What's going on? Why is this so bad? I don't know. It's just interesting with all, and they're all about money, and there's no bigger waste of money than canceling a friggin' game that's been made for a while.
If there's one thing you can say about Ubisoft is that they are mismanaged to hell.
Also true, yeah.
They are literally dying.
I guess I'm taking it from a standpoint of like a good company.
Yeah.
I'll be quiet during these cutscenes.
Surely you won't deny the lad a souvenir of his first battle. You may have your choice of all the Maharaja's other treasures. Except that hourglass. That will make a fine gift for the Sultan of Azad when we pass through his city. And some exotic animals for his menagerie.
You okay, dude?
12 slave girls. Yes, that should be enough. I want no animals or maidens harmed until I have chosen. Let it be known, King Sharaman is merciful in victory.
Dude, This is the craziest part of Eternal Darkness I've ever seen.
Yeah, when I was playing this game, it really reminded me of Eternal Darkness a lot. Just like the way that it looks and feels. Obviously, Eternal Darkness also has like a couple levels set like in the Sahara or whatever.
My friend,
But even like these cutscenes are kind of similar.
I'm feeling Eternal Darkness. I forget who was first.
if only you'd given me time.
I think this game was 2003. Eternal Darkness was probably
Warriors of Azad
2002.
are famed throughout the world. And yet, the best is yet to come. I give you the sands of time.
TM.
May the friendship between our kingdoms endure as long as time itself. The sand, why does it glow? I can tell you. Inside the hourglass is a marvel.
Uh-oh, Eternal Darkness was June 2002, and Sands of Time was October 2003.
Can unlock the
I was right. I'm right about everything.
Get sued.
I don't think they're that.
No.
Dearer to his father than
But then
all
again,
the wealth of India.
The owner of Silicon Knights was very Sue happy, for what it's worth.
I think Silicon Knights only became like really bad post Twin Snakes.
Yeah.
No! Stop!
It's fine. Nothing's gonna happen.
Sorry, headphone users.
I have to turn up the volume so loud to hear the audio, and then all the sound effects are just 100 billion decibels. It really is just like a movie.
It's like I'm at the movies.
It'd be manageable if there were subtitles, but there are not.
Give me the dagger. No. You have unleashed the sands of time. I can undo what you have done. Give it to me now.
Aladdin, come here, boy. It's literally hard to have anything set in, like, this Arabic, like, setting and time period without being, like, literally Aladdin.
Yeah, the tropes are just so ingrained, especially because of Aladdin.
Prince, use the dagger.
Ching!
Wait, use the dagger?
Cut off their limbs.
Take his sand.
Say what?
Finish.
So these red ones are still get one shot by the I don't know what you call these attack, the catapult jump attack.
The sands that possess them, could I liberate?
But I think the green ones I can, but they die to the wall bounce.
This entire game, when I mean, 50% of this game is like jump over enemies, smack them. And there's really no, and you would think like, oh, Trev's just like spamming or whatever. It's like, no, that's literally how you have to kill them.
Let me show you, if you go normal, how much they guard your attacks. Even like the normal enemies, they guard your attacks constantly. And like you can do this. It's like, okay, wait until, you know, you can guard the attack and then wait for openings. But then you're just gonna get BTFO. Because you're always, like, this game just has so many mob enemies. There's so many times when they, like, put you in an arena and you have to fight, like, 25 enemies. So doing that is just not feasible at all. Hey, what's that? I should just walk in it, I guess.
I wonder why they didn't name the character the Prince character. It's not like you, like, input his name like you do in Final Fantasy X with Titus.
No. He's just the Prince. It is a little odd.
Wonder if they changed that in Warrior Within Her.
Is Prince of Persia based off like a book or something?
I think it's based off of Arabian Nights, that, and I use this in the actual term, that epic, like, short story.
So it's not like based off of like something specific, it's just like...
I think it's just, I'm pretty sure it's just based off of generally the stories of Arabian Nights. We'll know in a second, though.
You think me mad. I can see it by the look in your eyes. You think my story is impossible. Perhaps I am mad. Who would not be driven mad by horrors such as I have lived?
Oh, yeah.
But I assure you...
I'm here to remind everyone... Wait, they're doing it again? On Wikipedia, it has Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time Remake 2026.
Maybe someday it'll come out. I'll believe it when it's in my hand.
Huh.
Maybe they restarted development again.
Remember that weird 2008 cel-shaded one?
Yeah, that no one cared about at all.
The guest room.
If I recall, in that game, you can't die. Like, you literally can't.
Yeah, the girl character just, like, saves you.
The sands of time had swept through, stealing life and warmth from every...
I mean, to be fair, in this one, you have, like, 5 opportunities to constantly, like, reverse times.
Yeah, I guess... I tried that game, and I got, like, an hour in it. I'm not even sure if you have, like, time travel powers in that game. It seems like it really focused on that girl character.
Had I really seen her? Or had my senses given way under the burden of horrors too great to bear?
I'm also going to remind people of the Prince of Persia movie.
I could not rest until I had found her again.
Also remind people about the weird, like, remake they did on the 360 that's just called Sands of Time 2.
I thought it was called The Forgotten Sands.
Oh, is it The Forgotten Sands? But I think it's just a remake of Sands of Time.
I think so. Yeah.
What a weird franchise. Ubisoft is just so weird about everything. When I was doing research about who the voice actor of the Prince was, he was actually replaced for Warriors of Time, or Warrior Within. But then he came back for two Thrones after, like, fan outcry. Because people hated, I mean, Warriors Within was already, like, pretty contentious because they changed it a lot for being, like, more combat focused, like, super edgy.
I mean, you can tell from the box art.
I'd like to do all 3 games. I'm not going to do them all in a row, but I'd like to do all 3 games maybe this year. Maybe, like, do one of them, do something else, and then come back. Because I remember most of this game, even, like, me not playing it for, like, 20 years, because it's just so iconic and so memorable. But I don't remember much about Warrior Within or Two Thrones.
I can't say I ever played either of the other 2. I think I just heard that it was a lot different, and I was like, I'm alright.
What I remember is, like, Warrior Within is just, like, sort of weirdly edgy and too much combat. And then Two Thrones was the best of both worlds for both games and was, like, pretty good. But I just don't remember anything about it.
Though, to be completely fair, back in, like, I think this came out in 2003. I think Warrior Within came out in, obviously, 2004 or 2005. There were so many good games that you could just be like, oh, I didn't play that one. Because there were 45,000 other good games for me to choose from. Yeah. Not a big deal. Unlike now. Rip.
This game punishes you if you spam the button, so you have to be, like, kind of specific about it. Hey. 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 Okay.
He said no. Dude, sometimes you walk into rooms and it's just so overwhelming.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to pre-play this, because there were definitely some times when I was confused and stuck for a bit, although I didn't look up anything.
Even that reminds me of Eternal Darkness.
Yes, for sure.
They even have the, like, random whispering.
Yeah, next time.
Remember when the creator of Eternal Darkness was like, hey, we're going to make, like, a spiritual sequel, and he started a crowdfunder.
Whence came these visions that
and then they did.
Whence came these visions that assaulted me thus like fever dreams? Each time
I remember that.
Yeah. I even, like, looked at the Kickstarter, and, like, that was at the time when, like, Kickstarters weren't, like, reviled yet, and even I looked at it, despite me absolutely loving Eternal Darkness. I mean, we've done 2 playthroughs of that game on this channel.
Third one.
There's no reason we did the 3rd one.
What about HD pack on Dolphin or something like that? It's slightly better looking. But yeah, that the second they were like, "Hey, this guy's doing it," I was like, "People actually trust this." Like, it's one thing to have someone like what's his name, Kenji Inafune with Mighty Number 9, because it's like, yeah, he did make Mega Man and he made a lot of Mega Man stuff, so like there's a reason for the trust. But obviously there were problems.
There were some warning signs for that.
Oh, were there?
But people just didn't understand, and it was at the time when people really hated Capcom. It was like the time of like Street Fighter Cross Tekken, they on disc DLC, them like westernizing and making their games awful, and people absolutely loathed Capcom at the time. That was the time when like after Resident Evil 6 they were like near like bankruptcy, and people were just like so willing to believe anything because they hated Capcom. But then like there was a very famous or infamous tweet at the time from Hideki Kamiya, who like directed Devil May Cry and Resident Evil 2, where someone asked him like, "What's your opinion on KJ Inafune?" And he was like, "He's a businessman, not a creator." And I remember that like making people pretty upset, being like, "What are you talking about? He's the creator of Mega Man." And it's like, and then people found out a year or two later that he was not the creator of Mega Man. He was just the producer of the series. He came on board like around Mega Man 3. So I mean, he's been there for a long time.
Oh, I thought he was the creator.
He wasn't the creator.
Ah.
Now, he did do stuff, like, he was, like, the main character designer of, like, the Mega Man X, and, like, the main character designer of, like, most of the series after that, and the producer. So, like, he didn't do nothing, but he wasn't there from the start. And everything with Mighty Number 9, I just remember that tweet being like, he's a businessman, not a creator. It's like, that's so true.
If you do not give me the dagger to undo what you have done.
Your traitorous vizier used the same words. From now on, I trust no one but myself. Run! Go back to the reception hall. Wait for me there. Go!
By the way, just in case you're like, "Oh, these guys, you're talking during the cutscenes, I can't hear." We can't really understand it either, I gotta be honest.
I'm trying to
really love subtitles, I'm not gonna lie, guys.
I'm trying to set the volume, but it's tough.
No,
Because this game is way too loud if I leave it.
It
at
really
the volume.
is, absolutely. What a cool way to deal with the health. It's not like regenerative health like it is in, like, as an example, Halo. But you don't have to find items, which would be like fairly cumbersome. It's just because this game is very linear, obviously, like linear with big room puzzles.
But yeah, this is like the
come
most
across
linear
water
game ever.
Oh yeah. And like even the huge puzzles, there's really only one way to go about them. It's just like when you walk in here, you see this room and you're like, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do?
Like, it's already getting overwhelming and we're like 30 minutes in the game. It's like it's gonna get pretty hardcore from here.
Right. But that being said, like I said, there's really only one way to go about these rooms. It's just the figuring out. Almost has a little bit of Shadow of the Colossus in it, or I guess Shadow of the Colossus has a little bit of Prince of Persia in it.
Yeah, this game reminds me of a lot of stuff. It reminds me of Ico. Reminds me of all the games we said. And this game was obviously very inspirational for other games too. I mean, the parkour elements of this game were almost directly copied by like Uncharted and stuff. And obviously Prince of Persia was inspired by Tomb Raider, obviously. So it's interesting. It's like it's a chain of a puzzle of how games have developed. But I feel as if like this game influenced Uncharted possibly more, well, not more than Tomb Raider, but on the same level, especially with the parkour with the ledge climbing and stuff.
And then there's other ones that you wouldn't even think of, like a game that I personally like a lot, Darksiders 2, which, very interesting franchise, by the way, if anyone's unfamiliar. Darksiders 1 is essentially like Legend of Zelda, but in like 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse kind of thing.
I've always
and
wanted
Darksiders 2 is really, really like Prince of Persia for Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Because you play as Death, and he has there's a lot of stuff you do that's like this. He's very fast, so he's able to run up walls and do parkour and jump and whatever. And it's clear that they, had Prince of Persia on the mind. Oh, and then Darksiders 3, which I do not like, I thought was pretty dang awful, is like Dark Souls Darksiders, which I did not like. And then Darksiders Genesis, the fourth one, is like Diablo and a shooter, kind of like a twin stick gun, almost like a Smash TV and a Diablo kind of Darksiders. So very interesting series. I cannot say I've ever seen a series where every game is like a completely, essentially different genre.
That was pretty interesting.
Darksiders 1 is my favorite, but I do like 2 too. But 1 is a really good game. It's like an 8 out of 10 or something like that.
I've always wanted to play Darksiders 1. I tried the PS3 one before like the remaster exists. I should just play the remaster nowadays. But I remember dropping that like pretty instantly because the frame rate was like unbearably bad.
Yeah, PS3 in charge of playing video games.
Yes.
I mean, I talked to a fair share of people who, like, their opinion is generally like, I always had an Xbox 360, and that's what I have for most of my stuff. And then I play the exclusives on PS3, and I'm like, that is literally the way to do it for that time period. I guess unless you include that's a weird camera angle. Unless you include PC, obviously. But unless it's a PS3 exclusive, do not play it on the PS3. Do yourself a favor. There's a reason I played Silent Hill Homecoming and Saw and Condemned 2 and all that on the 360. If it ain't an exclusive, it ain't running well.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because, like, Blu-ray technology compared to DVD, but we can thank the cell processor of the PS3 for that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has said it a million times, but the cell processor was technically super powerful, but it was intentionally made to be as difficult to work with as possible, because that was during the time when, after the PS2's like absolute monopoly on the video game market, and its own weird processor, like people never talk about this, but the I think it's called the Creation processor in the PS2 was also like very infamously bad to work with, but people just had to because the PS2, you didn't put your game on PS2, it had to be either like a specific exclusive deal or you're just gonna be 80% of your sales are lost because it's not on the PS3. But the PS3 was very annoying to work with, and it was really a product of Sony's hubris, and they got humbled so hard for it.
And yet, they came back from the dead because Microsoft got even stupider.
Yeah, the rebrand of the PS3, the slim model, and them like being like, hey, here's games that don't suck, but here's Uncharted 2, and that was definitely during the time when like Microsoft, they were really caring about the Kinect, and even like most of their first party games were like stagnating already, like Halo Reach and later Gears of War Judgment is like already felt like the momentum was like completely gone from Microsoft.
But what about Lair and Heavenly Sword?
Yeah.
And
early
Genji Day of the Blade.
Remember Legendary?
And Reza. What about Haze? Huh? I think the only one they had that would probably still be okay today would be Resistance. I heard that Resistance 1 is pretty whatever, but Resistance 2 is actually a pretty decent game. Even Killzone, kind of mid from what I hear.
Killzone 2 was good. Actually, Killzone 2 was one of the better PS3 exclusives.
Good.